most common complaints that I get from clients is what happens when you finally had enough? How people all of a sudden change as soon as you're over it. As soon as you wake up that one day and you're like, you know what? I'm sick of their bullshit. I'm sick of their disrespect. I'm sick of it. You start getting ready to leave, and they sense the energy shift. And all of a sudden, they start behaving exactly how you wanted them to. It's a frustrating thing because it's a common thing you see across all cultures. I remember when I was moving out of my mom's house, we were fighting a lot, and she was fighting with me, man. I smoke weed, but anyways, so she didn't know I had a YouTube channel. Actually, she didn't know that. All she saw was a dude being in bed all day, when in reality I was working on my YouTube channel. And the last day came and I was ready to leave. She didn't know that. But that week, I noticed that she was really nice. And I remember I was sick of her. I'm not even gonna lie, I was sick of it. And I was sick of getting at me for everything, to be honest with you. And when she saw me pack up, you could tell that she was like, something's different about this guy, And she wouldn't bother me. She wouldn't do the things that would annoy me, like opening the door without knocking. She showed a little bit more respect, right? And I'm like, sorry, Mom, I'm moving to New York City today. She was like, what do you mean? I was like, Mom, come on, man. I gotta go. And she would text me. She would be super sweet. But that only happened when she knew that I didn't depend on her. When she knew that, because before that, she knew that I didn't have any other alternative, right? I could only live in her house. And a lot of people, not just her, a lot of people get comfortable with that. And they feel like they could push a button because they know that, you depend on them, right? She's not a bad person, by the way. Like everyone is, I'm flawed, she's flawed. You know what I'm saying? I don't say that as a mean thing. But what I really think happens is it's in your nonverbal cues. When you are tired of people's bullshit, it's like if people know like when they're about to get fired, right? When they're about to get fired, you could sense that the boss doesn't talk to you that much. If he does, there's a certain coldness. But that coldness creates a sense of panic inside your mind. And it causes you to be more pleasing, to be more nice, to be more submissive, to do things more, and to do it on time, right? It's almost like when the Dickens, where when he knew he was dead, he said, please, I'll make sure to do it. I'll make sure to be a good person. But you only start to realize what you have to do or how to treat the person when you can sense that they're pulling away. And that's really what you have to do, is that sometimes we got to maintain our relationships. It's because naturally it's going to atrophy into disrespect. A lot of the times people get comfortable. It's like life. If you don't remember that you're going to die one day, you're going to take your life for granted. That's just a fact. And we get way too comfortable with that reality. And so you have to, as an exercise that I do, and we teach this in my course, Emotional Mastery, is see death everywhere. See that one day you're going to die. When you see an older person, imagine them being young. When you see a younger person, imagine them being old. Allow death to be a continual presence in your life to sober you up. And so it's the same thing with this, right? Where some people are more ungrateful than other people, and you have to remind them that this is not forever. Naturally, humans are afraid of death, and so we unconsciously try to convince ourselves that we're not going to die. And one of the ways that we try to convince ourselves is through the illusion that me and you are going to be here forever. Me and you, we're going to love each other forever. Or my love is unconditional. My love is forever. These are all abstract ways, not abstract, but all ephemeral ways of avoiding death, avoiding that things end. And naturally, what that happens is that you stop appreciating what's in front of you. You start taking them for granted. But then, most importantly, they start feeling neglected. Letting them sense that you have different sides to your personality. Knowing that if you cross my boundary, I could get really messy. I could get really petty with you. Knowing that if you cheat on me, I will leave you. Knowing that if you hit me or call me names, I will leave you. Knowing that, hey, I like you and I want you. But there's a certain way of talking and dealing with me that I will not tolerate. Like there's a certain way of talking to me, and if you can't give me that or treating me, if you can't give me that, I'm gonna leave. We're also afraid of showing that. Not that we're afraid, but we forget to show that because we just get so raptured in love. We get so we want to make them so happy. We feel so anxious at finally finding somebody that likes us, that we are afraid of losing them. You got to treat them carelessly, meaning stop being so careful. Stop trying to send the right text. Stop trying to sit the right way. Just be yourself. Be, as long as you have the capacity and willingness to walk away, everything falls into place. Your nonverbal cues will be correct. The way you move and walk will be correct. The text messages you send will be correct. If you continually just keep your hand on your sword and shield, never putting it down, not even for a friend, if you continually keep that in your mind, you don't have to watch my videos. You will do exactly what you have to do. There's a certain intelligence that we access whenever we are in different states of mind. When we feel needy and creepy, there's a certain way of acting that's unconscious. And when we have access to a certain level of stupidity that we wouldn't have otherwise. And you can't help yourself, actually. You have no control over that part. But whenever you have self-control, there's a certain level of intelligence that you actually have access to, where you're not consciously aware that you're doing everything correctly. It's like doing math equations correctly without even thinking about it. Right? You do that by getting in the right state of mind. And all of a sudden, everything you do is correct. When you feel happy, you talk to people like this. Hey, how are you? Nice to meet you, man. If somebody rejects you and you still feel happy, somebody says, I don't like you, and you feel happy, oh, my fault, man, I didn't mean to offend you. Okay, that's fine. You do everything correctly. You show positive body language, your movement is positive, and it creates a positive impression. You feel insecure and somebody rejects you. Oh, okay, sorry, okay, my fault. And no matter how much I tell you, you can't override those automatic, oh my God, Alex is gay. You can't override those automatic behavior. You really can't. It's automatic. And too many people watch these videos to try to fix an unconscious behavior. What governs your unconsciousness? The resentments you have, your traumas. If you just focus on healing your resentments towards the opposite sex, you will do everything that you have to do correctly. There's no need to think. It's like how mindset shift, right? Sometimes it's not about how to start a business. If you have the wrong mentality, no amount of information is going to override a bad mentality, because the mentality leads to the little things, the behavior, the little ideas, the little decisions that really don't make a difference, don't seem like to make a difference, but it does. Because when you're nervous, and I tell you, okay, speak calmly, and you're nervous, you can't. You could try for 5 seconds, but eventually you're going to atrophy to what you were. So what I'm trying to tell you is, at the core of all of this, it's the mentality that I'm willing to walk if you don't treat me the way I deserve to be treated. If you just get that part, everything falls into place. You'll do everything that's correct with your family. You'll do everything that's correct with your kids. You'll do everything that's correct at your job. You'll do everything that's correct in a relationship, if you just have this mentality. But the problem is that fear, your reaction to fear, is what causes you to not be able to do this. You gotta remove all of your fears. And you confront your fears by taking action. Meaning, like, for example, I go to meditation retreats, and one of the things that I'm afraid of is feeling this anxiety feeling that I feel on my chest. And I'm gonna give you an example of what fear means. I go there and I'm like, oh man, this is gonna be hard. 10 days of wanting to fucking leave. And you're like, oh, I don't want to deal with this. It's gonna be too painful. That's fear. I don't want to have to feel this, and I don't want to have to pay the price to downregulate this. That's fear. Because I think I can't do that. That's me succumbing to my fear. Overcoming my fears doesn't mean not feeling my fear. Overcoming my fears mean, oh, fuck, 10 days. Okay, let's do it. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, fuck, the anxiety is there. Let me keep meditating. It goes down and then it comes up again. It goes down and then it comes up again. That fear, all of a sudden, is confronted. It doesn't go away. It goes away, but it diminishes. Good job. Now you're battle tested. The next time this happens, you already have a frame of reference. Somebody pulls away. You don't want to, you're left with a feeling of anxiety. Now you have two choices: relieve the anxiety by getting the validation, or sit your goofy butt down and observe that feeling. That's how you overcome it. Now you're confronting your fears. Now you're allowing yourself to feel the fear, the panic that you don't want to feel because it doesn't feel good. Now you're sitting there and observing it, making eye contact, not blinking, looking at it eyeball to eyeball like a creepazoid. And over time, those things diminish. But then something beautiful happens. You're not aware of this. Your behavior is changing. Your partner, she could tell, like, if I'm with a girl, she could tell. She's like, he's not following after me? The fuck? He's not angry? So this usually angers him. Interesting. All of those things are things that you can never consciously do correctly. It only happens as a cascading effect of of changing your mind. Does that make sense? Anyways, let me know what you guys think about this. In fact, if you guys want to learn more about this, I always recommend check out my course, Emotional Mastery. I'm going to give you guys an ad right after this video. It'll talk about it. Anyways, take care. What guys don't understand is that actually practicing meditation literally makes you more attractive to women, because it actually prunes out all of the needy, creepy habits that we develop from rejection or from expecting rejection from women. And meditation, I mean, even the Buddha, like if you read stories of the Buddha, a lot of women wanted to sleep with the Buddha. If you read stories of Hare Krishna or any enlightened teacher, they'll say that a lot of the times these women became enraptured by them by just them looking at them in the eye. Developing a spiritual practice is sexy to women. Masculine energy with spirituality is literally a woman's kryptonite. If you guys don't believe me, do a 10-day meditation retreat and you'll see what I'm talking about. Well, you don't have to do that. Well, I recommend if you do that. And it's actually free. It's called Vipassana. Go check it out. It's for free. I recommend it. But if you don't have the time, check out this course. It's called Emotional Mastery, where I teach you guys. It's a 5-week course to improve your dating life through practicing meditation, because it's going to give you all of the habits that you need to radiate masculinity. If you're a woman, it'll radiate femininity. If you're a man, it'll radiate masculinity. And I've seen it in my life. It's the first, when I applied this, all the women that I went on a date with, all of a sudden wanted to see me again and again and again. It's to the point that I'm not even interested as much anymore. Like, I'm more picky with women. But out of all the things I've ever done, meditation, especially the ones that I'm going to teach you, makes you more attractive. How? Because your reaction's lower. You become more nonchalant, unreactive. You let go more. You care less. And women are more drawn to that energy. So purchase this course. It is a 30-day money-back guarantee. And if you purchase it, you could join our meditation group on Zoom and WhatsApp, where you meditate with me on a weekly basis, okay? And there's a bunch of bonuses in this course, so go check it out. And if you don't like it, there's a 30-day money-back guarantee, okay? So with that being said, let's continue with the video.